Ian Bizz Philips, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. So let's talk a little bit about what your plan is going forward. I mean, you've got quite a monstrous machine there. Where can you go with drifting? Forgive my ignorance slightly. Where can you go with drifting?
No, that's no problem at all. So within the UK, PDC being in the professional championship, you're kind of getting to kind of where the highest point you can kind of get to within England. There's obviously an Irish drift version as well, and those guys, I tell you, those guys can throw a car around like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
But once you've gone past the UK kind of island stuff, you then start to look into wider Europe, and we've now got the kind of pinnacle of European drifting, which is called Drift Masters, and that's where like all the top guys from wider Europe, Poland, Latvia, all the other countries around and about, that's where they really go and show off the skills. And I've got a long way to go before I'm kind of at that level, but I'd like to think that my aspiration is definitely to get up to that at some point soon.
That's certainly what I like to hear. So, what's the dream car to go drifting with then, Ian? Come on, what's the goal for you? What's the big dream? If I took you up to Teesside and I said, "There's a garage there. You can have any car you want. When I open the doors, any car you want will be behind there, and it's yours to take out."
Ooh. Now you're really asking. The thing is that all the kind of Nissan 200 SXs and the GTRs and stuff like that have been done hundreds of times over. But the trouble is, they're the ones that can definitely perform, and that they were made for the job. Really, the Japanese invented drifting, and that's where it's come from. So it depends on whether you want to go completely outside of the box. I'm working with Mr. David Vardy at VRD Motorsport at the moment for something a little bit kind of off the wall that hasn't been done before. That's sort of a work in progress. So I'm going to keep that one under my hat for the moment. But I think that, the new Supra seems to be something that's taking the world by storm at the moment in regards to drifting. There's a guy called Frederick Asbo over in Formula Drift who's making an absolute fantastic machine, and I think that one's going to be one to watch this year. So probably go with the new Supra, but we'll probably put a real engine in it, I think.
Good man, that's what I like to hear. So Ian, you've done a fair bit of drifting. What's been the most embarrassing thing you've ever done whilst out in your car drifting? There must be a few moments, wasn't there?
There are definitely a few moments, but there is one pinnacle moment that always stands out in my mind, and my girlfriend will laugh when she hears this. But it was actually one of our first dates, actually, and we were at a show doing some demonstration at a stunt show at Odsall Stadium in Bradford. And
it's Bradford Bulls, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, exactly. And we used to go on there after the monster trucks and all the FMX drivers, and I was there in my Skyline at the time. And I was there with another driver, and he goes, "Right, Biz, it's time to go. Let's go." No problem at all. Went to hop in the car. Couldn't find the big red master key. Bearing in mind, we were actually only out on the circuit for 10 minutes. So we had the girlfriend running up to the car. I was running down to the track trying to work out where the hell this thing was. And it turns out that up on the hill, because you look down onto it, don't you, in Odsall Stadium?
You do, yeah.
We were watching exactly that, yeah. We were watching the FMX drivers riders do their thing, and I must have pulled my hand out of the pocket, and the master key then ended up on the floor. So I then managed to find it, ran down, and for the last 4 minutes, that car took an absolute pasting. And this is the engine still today, and she survived. But I don't think I'll ever live that one down.
That is superb. So, Ian, do you run your own team? Are you part of Are you part of a team, or how do you go racing? Are you supported by people, or is it completely your own thing?
Yeah, for sure. So, the team has kind of evolved over the years, but ever since I've had the 350, I've had the same kind of guys helping me out. So I have my girlfriend who's my spotter, so she stands up on the side of the track telling me where I've gone right, where I've gone wrong, what the other guys are doing and stuff like that. So that's essential for a drift team, definitely a professional drift team these days.
Yeah.
Then we have 3 other guys that sort of really help out. So we've got Steve, who is kind of the ideas guy and stuff like that. So he does a lot with the media, a lot of the social media, sort of helping me how the car should look and what we should do in that respect, which is, essential in this day and age, the kind of sort of face that we have looking out to the social guys.
Yeah.
We then have Carl, who's main mechanic and helps me out with getting a lot of the bits and pieces done on this. So does a lot of the wheels, and if I come in with a problem, generally I can throw that at him and we'll discuss it for a bit, and then I can wander away and sort of try and chill for a little bit instead of getting all hyped up. And then we have Sai, who's the other guy. He basically just, Sai is the most enthusiastic guy I'll ever meet, and he's just keen to get stuck in on anything. You know, he polishes the car up, makes it look sweet and stuff like that, which is often a difficult job, especially with the drift cars. We go sliding off into the grass or something like that, it gets covered in mud or whatever. So yeah, Sai just helps out with everything. So yeah, without those guys, it just wouldn't be possible.
So if we want to find out more about you, want to follow your career a little bit more closely, where's the best place to find out? Is it on Facebook? Do you have a website? Where can we go to find out about Ian Bizz Philips?
Yeah, well, we try and do as much as possible. So we have a vlog series as well on YouTube called Back to Business. So that's where you can kind of follow, obviously, like the build of the car, a bit behind the scenes and stuff like that. And this year, when we eventually get going, we're going to sort of try and take it in a bit of a different direction from the kind of formalized interview style to kind of having everyone in the team with a GoPro, so you get to sort of see the whole organic kind of motion of it. But also we obviously have the usual Instagram and Facebook at BizDrift if you want to go and follow those ones. But we try and keep sort of everything that we're doing. The calendar is up there. Well, what's left of the calendar, I should say. What our sponsors are doing, you know, what we're doing. We try and get that out there as much as possible so everyone can follow what we're up to.
Superb. I really hope we'll be seeing you trackside sooner rather than later. As ever, once again, thank you so much for your time. And yeah, it must be quite joyous being locked at home with that to look at all day.
Yeah, small. Yeah, you got to keep the good things going. Thanks again.
Thank you so much for your time. Take
My
care.
pleasure.
Thank you.